Hello, everyone. We just had an incredible advancement in the Dynasty Warriors Origins modding community. Somebody actually made a combat art replacer. Now, if you played like Wolong, you remember how in that game you could only have two R1s at a time, and then eventually they changed it so that you could have six and you could switch through them. This is basically going to work like that, very similar to the cheat engine table that's out for Final Fantasy 16 that allows you to switch through icon sets. This is a lot simpler to use, but I know some people are unfamiliar with cheat engine. First off, credit goes to the author. I'll be posting the official, or their initial link and their post in the description, but to make things easier, I'm going to go ahead and host this on my personal premium Google Drive, so you guys can just grab it from there and you don't have to make an account if you don't want. But in any case, you're going to want to download the cheat engine table and attach the process. I'm going to assume you know how to do this already. You're going to want to go down to Combat Art Replacer, and then at this point, you'll see here, to change the value. Now, before you get too crazy, you can only use things that are for the specific weapons. So as you can see here, I've got most of the, the Gauntlet moveset available right here, and I could just switch through them. Now, to switch through them, what you're going to want to do is go to Enable, right-click, and then go to Set Change Hotkeys. Now, if you're on keyboard, you'll have a lot more buttons to do this with. I know with FF16 to switch the hotkeys, I use the L1 button because that was just like a lock-on button in that game, if I remember correctly. But on this game, pretty much every button is used, so I would recommend just putting it on down. Down just enlarges or shrinks the map, so you might have a little bit of seizure-inducing map shrinkage and enlarging in the corner, but other than that, it should work fine. I've already tested it in gameplay, so we're going to go ahead and just click OK, and then I'm going to go ahead and switch to the game. Alright, as you can see here, this is my initial set, right? If you look here, look at what I have currently. This is the set that I have that the game, has by default. This is what works all the time. However, let me get some bravery here really quick. Okay, so I'm going to do Elbow Strike. Elbow Strike. Now if I push down, which is the button that I have for the hotkey, you'll notice in the lower right hand corner, everything has switched. So in that same slot, the big Tatsu is here. Now you don't have to hold it down, which is one of the things that makes this really work. You don't have to worry about holding down down on the D-pad while you're playing and using all the other buttons on the controller. But as you can see here, it works great. So there you have it. Pretty short, concise video on how to do this. I have my complaints about this game. I definitely think this is one thing that they'll probably lighten up on. All the complaints about this game right now is just the builds aren't very interesting. It's kind of grindy. A lot of stuff in the skill tree is just stats. But I definitely think at some point they will probably make this official. It's like, hey, you could just equip more R1 slots. But for now, this works great, as you can see here. I'll go ahead and I'll do some quick combat here so you guys can see how it works. Now, I haven't unlocked every R1 yet, so I can't confirm if this is going to work with ones you haven't unlocked, but I would recommend not doing that, honestly. Probably shouldn't mess with this too much. This game's pretty grindy. You don't want to mess up your file, but it works with things you already have unlocked, and it's quite smooth. think I pretty much got the point across. Go ahead and give credit to the author. I'm going to go ahead and post their post on Fearless Revolution, but if you don't want to do that, I'll go ahead and I'll upload it onto Google Drive. Full credit goes to the author, of course. I just want to expand their reach. I think this fixes one of the problems with the game. One of the things I don't like about the current trend at action games is where you have like an R1, and instead of it being like DMC, where there's like different directions and ways that you can combine the buttons to get a lot more out of that button combo, it's just the face buttons. And in this game, it's definitely a problem because generally, you want the R1 and B, or circle, to be the palm, which is what breaks them out of their red moves, all the officers and stuff. So it really only feels like you have 3 moves, but now you essentially will have 7. And that's the vast majority of the entire moveset, so you'll definitely want to make sure that you're building enough bravery to really use this properly. But even so, you're just going to have so many more options at your disposal, and the game is going to be a lot more fun. So hopefully you guys will send in your feedback to Koei Tecmo in their Discord and say that you want this to be an official feature. But for now, hey, this works pretty good. Thanks for watching, everybody.